I'm Dan.
We're in the ocean.
I'm Zoo.
Under the power of wind.
And these are our boys.
Louis and Pepe.
I can't say he got himself out.
In October 2021, we moved out of our van.
And into a sailboat.
But before we can see the world,
We've got to clean her up.
It's looking a lot better.
fix her up,
And learn to sail and navigate.
so we have a big year ahead.
Full of challenges, opportunities, adventures, and surprises.
And that's just the beginning.
In episode 4,
We go sailing for the first time.
and not just aboard the Never Monday,
But for the first time,
ever.
that dude is stoked. Good morning, Pepe. Later today, we're planning to motor out into the inlet and set the anchor, and then take out the dinghy to check out some of the islands. And hopefully tomorrow, we're gonna motor out into the ocean and raise the sails for the first time to do a little bit of sailing, which is, at least this morning, equal parts exciting and terrifying. Here's what was happening off camera there. Okay, I think we're all buttoned up here, at least below deck. Looks like we're gonna get this show on the road soon.
Alright, so what I need you to do is I need you to unwrap that bow line, toss it in, and push the boat from here. Get us some momentum going and then jump on.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, give her a big old push. Going. Make sure you can still jump on. Alright, come on. Nope. I'll do the push. We gotta defeat the current.
Okay.
It's gonna work. We're just gonna blow in.
Okay.
You gotta drag the boat all the way to the back.
Okay. Okay.
So Zoo, jump back on the dock. I'm gonna back us up all the way back.
Okay.
And then we need to push those.
Okay. I know, they really do. We're working against the current as well, it appears. So, yeah. Ooh, kind of amazing that you can push this boat on the water. Slowly. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, sorry. Thank you. 1, 2. Yeah, I think I can do like a big.
Jump on the back.
Yeah, I'll jump on the back. I think I'll be all right.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Oh my my gosh, thank you. Thanks so much. I think we're, okay, thank you.
I was thinking we go here, but that's before I realized how strong the current is today.
Okay, let's go over there then. So the anchor is out in front of us 30 yards and we're getting pulled back.
It's setting it.
So that's setting the anchor.
We have an alarm on and we can look at the GPS and see if we're holding or not. Holding steady. But yeah, anchoring will always be a stressful challenge, so the more we do in practice, the better. Happy boy. Oh, what is it? Is it Modelo time out in the inlet? I think so. Also, the more we boat, the shorter my shorts get. By the time we're sailing in Europe,
There just won't be. There'll just be a banana hammock.
yeah.
Is that what they call them?
Well, I mean, yeah. I think they just call them bathing suits in Greece.
There she goes.
Come on in. This is side tech. All the way in.
Yep.
Okay. Good. You're in charge of that front one.
Okay. Let's go.
Love you, buddy.
Hi. There's Pepe in the window. Like, where are you guys going? Okay, well, hopefully the boat stays where it is. I'm taking that Maxwell confidence.
To the islands.
This water is pretty amazing. Can we get around?
Yeah, come on.
Still afraid of sharks.
Yeah, of course. Totally reasonable.
Yeah, like my brain is like a shark is going to come eat me right now. Your stand-up meeting.
Let me send you the GPS of where I'm at right now. Yes, very much so.
Hey, buddy. You like that? Well, yeah. Out of the wind and in the sun. With your favorite person.
Excited for tomorrow?
I am excited and terrified.
Well, seven knot winds means we aren't going to be going 25 miles an hour, right?
Mm-hmm. What's our plan? Just like go out of the inlet and
Yeah, we're going to go out of the inlet and get clear of as many vessels as we possibly can under motor.
right.
And then I'm going to pick a destination that puts the wind on a broad reach.
Right. Some coming from the side.
Off the port. We'll just cruise out, keep it simple, and go straight off that.
How long do you think we're going to go out for?
Well, I mean, if we get some decent enough wind, I mean, that's a good way to ask it. It's not about how far we're going to go, but how long under wind. But if we're feeling good, we might also try some maneuvers.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me tomorrow is just about getting a feeling for what it's like to sail. Are you nervous?
No.
It's literally the Dan Maxwell response to everything.
I'm more nervous about mechanical things like the engine that I still don't know that well, operating day in and day out. The plan is really simple. Erect sails. Don't sink.
I mean,
Everything else is gravy.
sounds like it would be pretty hard to sink. Yeah. Knock on teak. Yeah. Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have said that. Shit.
Sure.
Hey, buddy. So what have you done to get us ready? Obviously, put down the bimini.
Yeah, I folded up the bimini. I cleaned up how the main sheet was routing through one of the blocks. It wasn't right. I installed a mount so that we can use Navionics on the phone to complement the chart plotter.
Since it turns out our iPad.
Yeah, we were going to use the iPad with Navionics, and somehow I didn't realize that iPads without cellular also don't have GPS receivers, which is annoying. So it's fine. The phone's huge and it'll do just fine.
We're loading up the cats in the aft cabin. Yep. Not super happy. They'll love it.
All they do is hang out back here when we don't want them to, and then now that we want them back here,
They're like, no! Good boys.
I can tell that it's friggin' rumble time.
Goodbye, boys. Wish us luck. Guess there's nothing to do now but motor out and sail. So as Dan is motoring the boat forward, I'm going to step on that black button to pull up the anchor as he's moving forward, and I'm going to spray it down with water to clean it off as much as possible before it rolls up into the hull of the boat.
All right. Jesse texted me last night because he was checking the wind, and it's perfect for a first sail. Calm seas, gust. No one else knows we're going sailing on in my world.
My mom does. We have to report back when we make it.
Made me a winch handle.
That dude is stoked. Guess we're sailing.
Yeah, dude. Jenny's out. No idea how well I have it trimmed or not. I do know that we are making 3.5 knots in the direction we wanted to go off of just the Genoa. We're in the ocean.
Under the power of wind. Yeah, it's much nicer than the motor. Tell you that. Way more pleasant.
Also, look how nice it is to have the auto helm just do the work.
Yeah, he's a little motion sickness. He's a sci-tech for sure.
Is mine out? Yeah, let him out.
I did. I left the door open.
Hey, dude, come on up.
It's okay, buddy.
So this sail's in fairly good condition. We just need to patch that whole blue section. That's all the sacrificial canvas that's meant to, when it's furled up, to get beat by the UV. And that's the only part that's damaged, as long as the line running through the seal is intact, which it seems like it is. If we patch that up, I think the Genoa has plenty of time on it. So the thing that I barely can scratch the surface is we've got those telltales on the sail. And I still am learning how to read those for sail trimming.
just completed our first sail, and by we, I mean mostly Dan Maxwell. How does it feel to have done that?
Yeah, dude, feels good. If we weren't clear about it before, this wasn't just the first time sailing this boat, nor was it just the first time Zoo's ever been sailing on a boat. It's also my first time. Literally, neither of us have ever been on a sailboat before until we bought this one, and this is the first time. And I think I was talking to my buddy Jesse, and we were like, man, it's probably like 0.01% of people for the first time ever sail their own boat with no experienced sailors on their boat for the first time in the Atlantic Ocean. And no, we haven't taken lessons, but I don't want people to think that we came into this like stupid and blind. I grew up with a stepdad who talked about sailing all the time. A lot of the concepts have been burnt into my brain. I've been operating boats for a couple of decades, including living on a lake and running a lake wakeboard oriented business. So it, it was taking a bunch of stuff I already knew and then adding on. And also shout out to whoever the author is of the Annapolis book of seamanship sailing, because yeah, I've read that thing cover to cover more than once, and I've been doing that for a few months now. And honestly, everything you need to know about sailing virtually any vessel in any conditions is in that book. And I don't know about you guys, but I learn best, honestly, I actually learn really well through reading. That's one of my favorite ways to learn, because you learn at your pace and you can go back over things exactly how you want to. So for me, reading it and then doing it,
I'm definitely more of a hands-on type of learner. So I didn't do a whole lot on this sail, partially because I was fighting seasickness and learning while seasick just was not going to work out. So I plan to learn a lot more about sailing as we're parked here at the marina. Shout out to Dan, because he definitely did everything and also got seasick.
And I was literally feeling indestructible, because apparently as long as I'm standing here at the helm staring out at the horizon, no problem. As soon as I started running the main up off I was using the winch on the mast, as soon as I was up there balancing and looking down, literally 30 seconds into it, I started to feel sick. Once I got the main up, it was like, cool, we're sailing. And then I sat on the side of the boat and puked.
There was some puking. To be fair, the seas were pretty rocky.
Yeah, 3.5 foot swells all coming off the side, so the boat had a pretty good movement. We've spent basically no time at sea, so our bodies...
Zero time at sea.
But here's the crazy thing. I threw up a couple times. You were feeling whatever. We had the time of our life, even in that.
Yeah, I think sailing is definitely one of those things where there's going to be some not so great aspects to it. Seasickness being one of them, but at the end of the day, what you come away remembering is all the good parts, despite the uncomfortable moments, which I think speaks to how awesome this activity is.
What were your highlights?
My highlights were the dolphins. It was definitely the dolphins.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally like, hey, I hope we are sailing someday and are lucky enough to run into dolphins. I've always wanted to see dolphins swimming off the bow of a boat that I'm sailing. Our first time doing it, and sure enough, we have dolphins swimming off the bow of the boat.
Yeah,
Insane.
I mean, I don't think you can ever tire of seeing dolphins.
Nope, instant cure to seasickness was that excitement. So a quick, boxes we checked off. We do this a lot with bikes. We're always checking boxes, right? So boxes we've checked. We've raised sails.
Dan has
underwind.
raised sails.
It's all
We'll
team.
see. We'll see. I need to learn to raise the sail myself.
Yeah, you're there. We raised the sails. We went 7 knots under sail. We've sailed, close hauled, which is, this boat crushed that. We also made a 180 turn through all that, and that honestly, that was a huge highlight for me, to just the simplicity of cranking the wheel and just coming about and having, you know, the main obviously self-adjusted. The Genoa, we just had to loose the sheet, let it snap over to the other side, and boom, we were headed back in the other direction. That was a really incredible feeling. It made sailing seem so simple. Like, turn the wheel and go the other direction. Duh. Like, what else would you do?
We know it's not that simple. We ended up doing 18 nautical miles.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yep. And sailed most of that. We sailed into the inlet, which was something we were surfing on Thursday, watching a couple boats sail into the inlet.
Friday.
Was it Friday? Okay.
It was a Friday.
Thinking literally like, oh man, like I want to get comfortable enough to someday literally sail into the inlet because it's narrow, right? We just did it because again, you're like, oh, other box checked is properly use the autopilot and
For
realize,
most of the sail.
honestly, most of the piloting of the boat is easiest with just using the autopilot. And we're new to this, right? As much time as I've spent on boats, I've never had a boat with an autopilot before. It's insane. It makes the sailing so much easier.
It definitely does.
Because the whale's just sitting there doing this the whole time, right?
Yeah,
and you're
it was,
relaxing and just setting the heading and letting it rip.
And I think for me, I definitely went into this, you know, thinking the ocean is so big, this boat is so small, comparatively. But actually being on it for the first time, I felt really good, really comfortable. Not at any point did I feel afraid of being out on the water on this thing.
Yeah. We were heeled a decent amount. I mean, nothing huge, but like 10 to 12 degrees. That didn't seem to affect you at all.
No, I don't think I even noticed until you pointed it out. So I think that was another highlight for me, is sort of really just getting a little taste of what sailing's actually like, having never done it before.
So great news. From now on, when we run into people and they say, have you even sailed?
We have.
Yep. Well, yeah, of course we have.
Duh.
Yeah.
Perfect. Just to close her out for the day, we are having, of course, celebratory tacos.
Celebratory tacos. Cheers.
Dan's starting with a
Coke.
Coke.
For the tummy.